Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I have a flip through today of this coloring book that is called Tolkien's World. It had a glare on it, so because I'm outside. Tolkien's World, a fantasy coloring book. And then the back of it has a picture of Gandalf and some bats. It says this gorgeous coloring book allows you to visit the lands of Middle-earth from the earliest days of the Valor and Elves in the Undying Lands to the heroic adventures of the Fellowship of the Ring. Use your creativity to color in the iconic characters and scenes from Tolkien's world and immerse yourself in one of the most enduring creations of our age. It's by Thunder Bay Books, and it has a price tag of $14.99, but we got it at Barnes & Noble for, I think, $6.98. It was in the bargain books section, and we picked this one up. Actually, Keith chose this one for himself because he's on his third reread of The Hobbit currently, and he liked that this was taken from the works of Tolkien and not the movies. So you have more, freedom as far as what to do with your imagination. So, you had a title page here. I think he told me there are 5 artists in this. Oh yeah. So right here, I'm going to make sure you can see it. This is double-sided. So like, I can't zoom in too much because then you wouldn't be able to see both pages. But this one does have the about the artists. It lists the various artists and a little bit about each one. I think there's 5. And a little bit here telling you about the book and what you're going to see. So let's see, from The Hobbit, the I'm not good at that. How do you say that word, honey? Silmarillion? Yeah. Silmarillion and the Lord of the Rings. So this one is called The Trees of Valor. I'm hoping that you guys can see this. Like I said, I didn't want to zoom in too much because then, you won't be able to see both pages. Swans of Ulmo. Other stuff that I can't pronounce. City of Tyrion. Lots of detailed. The paper is really nice quality. It's thick. But because of the fact that it's double-sided, I would not, use, what am I trying to say? Alcohol markers, obviously. I would definitely use pencils. Me personally, you could probably use like water-based, like Crayola Super Tips or something like that, though. I'm hoping you guys can see the gist of the pictures here. This one's called The Stars Shone Above Middle-earth. That's really nice. Lots of little details in this. And some of the pictures are more detailed than others, so it just depends on who the various artist is. I like this one a lot. When I saw these two, I really could like imagine the background and, all that you can do with that. Sometimes you get these like really intricate double page spreads that some colorists seem to tackle with wild abandon, and I am not one of them. This girl is pretty here. I'm hoping that you guys can see that. And this tree reminds me of the willow tree in my grandparents' backyard when I was a little girl. But yeah, it's nice thick paper. I mean, so you could really do a lot with it and not have to worry. I think you could probably use light watercolor, which like in areas like this, like bushes or anything with like lots of leaves, makes it a little bit easier. Stuff like this, makes it a little bit easier to get through. I myself have not read any Tolkien. I have seen the movies, and I did try to read The Hobbit, but apparently I read a different version than the one Keith's reading because I've seen his before, and the one I tried to read was different than what he's reading. It was a different type of language. I know that sounds odd. It was like written in an old English type style, which, considering that Tolkien isn't, from the Middle Ages, I don't really understand understand that, and I struggled with it. But his copy that he has, here's the illustration of Bilbo and Gandalf. His copy is really easy to understand, so I might try it. He's really enjoying reading that. This one is the Trolls and Thorin and Company, so those are the dwarves. Yeah, he's really, really enjoying it. Misty Mountains. Of course, then I think of Led Zeppelin because, Led Zeppelin always use a lot of Tolkien in their lyrics and stuff, and so Tolkien inspired lyrics. Yeah, so like this one with the spiders and animals and all those leaves and stuff, watercolor would be really nice in that. Yeah, the paper's so thick actually that sometimes I think I'm skipping a page, but I'm really not. Smaug. This is really creepy. Radagast. I just said to Keith, he was talking about a little while ago, I go, who's the one with poop in his hair? He said Radagast. That would be a pretty one. Easy to do. The Black Riders. Try that. There we go. So the spine does go down, really easy, but the pictures don't go into it, so that's nice. Legolas here, and Aragorn here. Works. They look scary. This guy reminded me of Loki for some reason, which I know Loki is not Tolkien, but I guess it's the headpiece or something. Reminded me of Tolkien or Loki. So if you're a big fan of fantasy and Tolkien, I would think this book would be something that would really appeal to you. I mean, some of the images, like I love this one. This one would be good. There's a lot that I could see myself coloring, although technically this is his coloring book and not mine, but he would share with me. Saruman. So he does color. I'm blessed to have a husband that colors. He doesn't color as much as I do. Like, look at this one. You could really do a lot with all that space. Especially in the summertime now. He's busy doing a lot of outdoor work in his spare time, but in the wintertime, he likes to color. He's very artistic, my husband. He draws and sculpts. Witch King. That's cool. The dead marshes, and like all these like faces in here. I need to make sure you guys can still see this. It's kind of awkward with this being a double-sided like that and kind of long. Frodo. lots of illustrations. I mean, for the price that we paid for it, really in it, you know, really good deal. And then that's the last one here, the Gamgee family. So 96 pages in total. But like I said, it was $14.99 on the price tag, but we got it at Barnes & Noble in the bargain section for $6.98. So that is Tolkien's World, a fantasy coloring book. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.